I'm just psyched. So what is Red Sox Nation saying about the World Series showdown with the Cardinals? Let's bring in Jared Carrabis. He's a writer, covers the Sox for Sports Real Boston and the official Red Sox Nation newsletter, runs his own blog called Sox Space. Good morning. Welcome. I put this out on Twitter. I said, okay, folks, what's the big difference? Is it cowboy up? Is it beards? Is it bloody sock? Is it pitching? Is it hitting? What is it? What's the single biggest difference between then and now, in your view?
Between this team and the teams from the past?
Then and now.
It's got to be the beards. It has to be the beards.
Okay.
It has to be the beards.
When did you start growing yours?
Well, I've always been a beard guy myself. I have very good beard genetics. My father has a pretty solid beard, but I actually haven't trimmed this since they clinched the division. So.
And I want to give you some serious props because they had a horrific loss to Seattle.
Yes.
Like sometime in the summer. I didn't know when.
Yes.
But you went online and said, look, people, relax. These guys are going to the World Series. What date was that?
That was August 1st. I believe the direct quote was, keep doubting them, we'll see you in the World Series.
All right. And the real key thing, Jared, I think, you mentioned that we were chatting, before this interview. The real biggest difference is, add up all those things, but the one thing that we do now that we couldn't do back then is Twitter.
It's Twitter.
Everybody's sharing.
It makes it so much better, honestly, because I have a lot of friends who are diehard hockey fans, so it's kind of torture for me to watch the game with them and, be able to want to say these witty things or these funny things, and they don't get it. So I'll tweet it, and it's like, 20 minutes later I have 100 retweets. It's like, all right, so, it's basically like watching the Red Sox in a room full of, like, thousands of diehard Red Sox fans. It makes the experience of watching the game that much better.
If I'm lucky, the Red Sox are in the postseason because my birthday is October 19th. So October
Happy
19th,
birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much. October 19th, 2004, I'm there for the bloody sock game. That is Kurt Silling, and I'm dying to talk to people, but I'm in Yankee Stadium.
Right.
I'm trapped down there. This time, I'm trapped on my birthday, celebrating nowhere near a television. And yet, my smartphone is telling me everything I need to know. I'm hearing from Danielle Niles inside Fenway Park. I'm hearing from my brother in San Francisco, buddies down in Florida. Everybody's converting. It's like a big family.
Isn't it the best, though? Because that way it's just, there's people that watching the game. I know that there's people in other countries that are staying up until like the wee hours of the morning just so they can watch the games. And who are they going to talk to about the Red Sox? They're going to talk to us because we're back here and they're easily connected to us through Twitter. And honestly, it's like, it really makes it that much better, that much more enjoyable of an experience.
One thing that you cannot replace is a high five from a complete stranger in Fenway Park.
Absolutely.
But Twitter comes really close.
Absolutely.
All right, this is Jared. Go to see him at sportsreal.com. He writes like nobody else.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Come
it.
back. We'll talk a little bit more. Right?
Anytime, after they win the World Series.
Or even during.
Even during.
Over to you, Webb.
That's going to be one heck of a beard.
Lady, very exciting day for her, as you can probably imagine, but not just for her. Lots of people are excited about the Red Sox and their potential performance tonight, hopeful performance tonight. Jared Carrabis, come on in here with me. Jared, you know a lot about the Sox. You write about them a lot. You're the governor of Red Sox Nation. When writing about the Sox, you talk about what this is going to be like for fans inside the ballpark tonight. What is this going to be like, a World Series at Fenway Park?
Yeah, it's going to be a great night because you want to talk about the fans that are inside this building tonight. It's like a sleeping monster. It's a sleeping giant. They've been waiting to cheer for this team for so long. They didn't make the playoffs since 09, didn't win a game since 08. They've been waiting for a reason to get onto their feet and cheer for this team, and you're going to see it tonight. It's going to be as loud as ever.
And you got your beard going.
Got the beard going. I kind of like it.
And tell me about this matchup between these two teams, the Cards, the Sox. This is like the quintessential baseball matchup.
Right, yeah. This is the matchup that a lot of people wanted to see. I mean, this is the first time since, I believe, 1999 that you had the two best records going at it in the World Series. And you have Adam Wainwright on the mound tonight, National League wins leader. So you're gonna have a team that is just evenly matched with the Red Sox. There's gonna be a lot of good pitching in the series. The offense, not gonna be exactly home runs going everywhere, but it's gonna be a great series.
All right, and despite the Cards being good, you have a prediction for this.
I'm gonna say Sox in 6, and yeah, 7 of the last 9 World Series haven't gotten past the Game 5, but I think this one is. But I think you're going to see another World Series coming back to Boston this year.
Jared, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Have a good day. Have fun in there.
It's going to be a great day.
Trim that beard?
Never.
All right, back into you guys.
Beard does look good, and I hope that prediction is right.
And another huge fan that we have here today is Jared Carrabis. Jared, you're a writer for the Red Sox. You are the governor of Red Sox Nation. Yesterday, your prediction was Sox in 6.
Yep.
With Lester's performance last night, are we moving in that direction?
I mean, it definitely helps. It can't hurt. You talk about a Game 1 starter like John Lester. That's exactly what you want from your Game 1 starter. Shutdown performance. And you just want to talk about his comeback story. I mean, you're talking about a guy who last year, sports radio wanted this guy out of town. You're talking about a guy who they wanted to trade, and even this season, he had a stretch there where sports radio was talking about he's not even going to make the postseason rotation. So to have a guy like that in a performance like that, it couldn't happen to a better guy, and he deserved it.
All right, now something else people were talking about today is that play at second base. You have some comments about that.
Yeah, it blew my mind. You want to know why? Because being around baseball for so long, the sound is so distinguishable of a ball hitting off a glove and a ball going into a glove. Sure. And you want to talk about Major League umpires will tell you that a lot of the times that they're using their sense of hearing to make calls, because a lot of times it's a blur. They don't have the capability to look at it on replay in slow motion. A bang play at first base, they're looking at glove ball glove, anything like that. So to be standing that close to it and to be able to not make that correct call, I mean, I'm glad that they got it right, but at the same time, it's just how do you blow that when you're looking right at it and you can hear it? It's just a completely distinguishable sound to be able to see, okay, that definitely tipped off his glove, and you can hear it.
That's great insight. And moving into tonight, there are some stats about going into Game 2 that you prepared for today.
Yes, I believe it was 12 out of the last 14 teams that have won Game 1 have gone on to win the World Series.
Okay. That's good.
But it means absolutely nothing. So.
But you're still saying Sox and 6.
Sox and 6. I'll stick with that.
All right. And the beard?
The beard is still here, and it's growing by the day.
All right. Jared Carrabis, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Always
much.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So, you know what, Eric? It's an exciting thing. Jared says so. Sox and 6. I think we can stick to that. Hopefully this keeps going on. Steve, back into you for now.
All right, Justin, thanks so much.
Let's get back in the World Series talk on this Tuesday. Chance of winning the series tomorrow night at Fenway. Jared Carrabis, Red Sox writer for Sports Real Boston. My blog called Sox Space, and it's a big deal. Obviously, you know quite a bit about this team, and it's exciting to see these guys where they are. Where is this going as far as Lester getting it done last night? We saw that. We've got Lackey tomorrow night. It starts with the pitching, and they are delivering.
Right, and you want to talk about just where they've gone just to get to this point. I mean, all the respect in the world to the 04 team, the 07 team, but they didn't have to go through David Price. They didn't have to beat Scherzer twice. They didn't have to beat Verlander. They've beaten Wainwright twice now. Now they have Walker tomorrow night. So, I mean, this team, this 2013 team is the one that's really been tested the most out of these championship
And they're
teams.
coming through in the moments. They're relentless. We hear it over and over. Farrell talking about that, using that word often. Ross last night, Gomes the other night. Guys that, you maybe not expecting to get it done are getting it done.
That's how you win a championship. It takes 25 guys. And, the fact that Farrell has been able to flip-flop these guys in and out of the lineup, and where he has made those tweaks, those players have delivered, like Ross last night, like you just saw.
And Big Papi is out of control, 733 batting average. I mean, this is
that's
Mr.
all right.
October.
Yeah.
Right? The new Mr. October.
I mean, that's a pretty good percentage. I mean, I was never much of a math whiz, but I think that's pretty good.
3/4 of the time he's hitting the ball.
Yeah.
And they're pitching to him. What's up with that?
Yeah, that was actually that was Wainwright. I don't know if you heard that, but Wainwright was the one that made the decision that said, I'm going to pitch to Ortiz. So I think his pride got in the way a little bit there, because that was not a Matheny decision, because I'm sure Matheny didn't want to be pitching to Ortiz, and I don't know why you would in a National League ballpark anyway.
Do you expect Walker to pitch to Ortiz?
I do, because now, I mean, you missed your chance. Now you have Napoli hitting behind him, whereas, in a National League ballpark, you got to let Gomes beat you. You have to let Nava beat you. But now you have Napoli behind him, and, it's advantage Red Sox now.
So the Cardinals now have to win 2 in a row. We haven't seen that happen since 1979 with the Pirates. We are family, going way back when. The chances of them getting it done, especially the way they're playing. I mean, some of these, they look like they've never played baseball. Their offense is horrible.
The Cardinals, as a team, are hitting 161 as a team in the series right now. So, I mean, the Red Sox aren't exactly tearing the cover off the ball either, but, I mean, it's Ortiz and Pedroia who are basically carrying this offense, but it's been enough. And I don't expect that to be any different.
Do you expect, now that we're back at Fenway, it's a whole different situation, you touched on this, versus Busch. What does it mean to be back here? Not just the dimensions of the ballpark and all that, but also being in front of the home fans, a chance to win their third World Series in a decade.
Right. I mean, this is, these players are very aware of the history of this team, especially Gomes, guys like Gomes. The first chance to win a World Series in Boston since 1918, that means a lot to the guys that are here. And I can't see a scenario where they don't get that done.
Jared, appreciate you joining me tomorrow down
Absolutely.
at Fenway.
I'll
Good
be
stuff.
there
It's
bright
a
and
date.
early.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Send it back over.
8:33. The prospect of a little history being made tonight is driving up ticket prices big time and driving fans into a kind of a frenzy.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back out to the center of it all, Fenway Park, where our Justin Michaels is live this morning. Justin?
Hey, good morning to both of you. That's right. The build up to this has been quite impressive. I think we can all agree about that. Here we are at Game 6. They're going into this, and if they win tonight, it'll be the first time the Sox win a World Series game at home in 95 years. And to talk more about that perspective, how the series is going, and just all about this experience, now we have Jared Carrabis. Jared, you've been with us a lot over the last week, since this has all been going on 2 weeks. And a prediction of yours last week was Sox in 6. And here we are at Game 6. Let's talk.
With a chance to win it. And yeah, there was a couple of predictions that I made. I actually said Sox in 6. They have a chance to win in 6 tonight. And I also said that it was going to be a well-pitched series. And it has been. I mean, you're talking about John Lester going out there being a bulldog. You know, there's been a lot of low-scoring games, and that's exactly what I said was going to happen. I mean, these are two really well-balanced teams. The Cardinals as a team are hitting 161 this series. The Red Sox as a team hitting 205. I mean, these teams are not tearing the cover off the ball. You're seeing a lot of good pitching, and I expect that to continue tonight with Walker and Lackey.
And, you know, you're someone who knows the ins and outs of the Red Sox. You know the history of the Red Sox. And to, like what I just said, 95 years in the making. This hasn't happened in this ballpark in 95 years. Them be here with the potential to win tonight or tomorrow night. Let's talk about that history. This is a history-making event.
Yeah, and I mean, that was the one thing that would have made 2004 perfect, was to win here. You know, to go through the Yankees, you know, the way that they won in 2004, the comeback, and then to do it against St. Louis, a team that they had lost to in the World Series twice before that. That was my one thing that I wish they could have done. But now, if they have a chance to do it here tonight, it's going to be a very, very special moment. And I feel like 2007 almost gets like lost in the fold somewhere. It wasn't, you know, as notable. But I think that this will be, if they can win tonight, that'll be one of the most memorable moments in Fenway Park history.
And it is a memorable moment that you, sir, have the privilege of actually being able to be here and see.
Yeah, see, I can't even hold back my smile when you just said that. It hasn't really hit me yet, but yes, I did get 2 tickets to the game tonight. The Red Sox were very gracious to me, I will say that much, and I'm very appreciative for that, for having such a good relationship with the team pretty much since I was like 18 years old.
Wow.
So yeah, they, I know I've liked to pat myself on the back. I've done a lot for them too, but yeah, the way that they have you know, welcomed me in, and they've treated me like family ever since I was 18, and that really shows tonight by the fact that I will be there tonight for Game 6, in which the Red Sox will win. And I'm not going to say that that's a jinx. It's going to happen, Game 6.
All right, Jared Carrabis, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Red Sox
much.
Nation, Red Sox writer, good guy, knowledgeable about this team, and you saw the smile on that bearded face.
I can't help it.
This is exciting here, guys. We'll send it back into you.
All right, Justin Michaels
All
from
right.
Fenway Park with Jared Carrabis. That is fantastic. He was here on the morning show talking about it before the series
He's
even
pretty
began.
confident, yeah?
The DH is ready to celebrate. And so are these fans. It hasn't happened at Fenway Park for 95 years. The Red Sox are world champions.
If you think the players were excited after last night's World Series victory, how about the fans? Red Sox Nation out in force for last night's game. You know, the park can hold, Justin Michaels, about, 38, 39, 40,000 people. But down in the future, I imagine they're going to be, maybe 100,000, 200,000, up to 1 million. You're going to say, oh, yeah, I was there when they clinched that game.
Oh, exactly. It's going to be endless. You know, I think if you were just in the city, you can say you were there, because this is just a small knit town, right? It's Boston. That's what we do here. We're all part of the same thing. And you know what? One guy that was there, though, he could actually say he was in the ballpark, is this guy, Jared Carrabis. You haven't shaved the beard yet.
I have not shaved the beard.
And you're probably not going to.
My girlfriend's a big fan, so I think I'm going to keep it.
There you go. There you go.
Keep it going.
Now, Jared, you're a Red Sox writer. We've been talking to you on and off for the last 2 weeks, but it was every bit of 2 weeks ago, if not more, where you said Sox in 6.
Yep.
Just happened.
Yeah,
what was your source?
I said Sox in 6 right before the series started, and then yesterday morning, I don't know what possessed me to do it, but probably because I was going to the game and I just, the mojo thing, I was just like basically guaranteeing a win last night, and I was like, if they don't win, I'm gonna look like the biggest idiot in the world. But they pulled it out, and I was in there last night, and let me tell you, I've been to hundreds of Red Sox games. I've never experienced anything like that before in my life. And I've been to big games as well. And it was just like a very surreal, dream-like feeling to be there last night, because that's something, like you said, 95 years that hasn't happened. And it was just, I can't even describe the emotion. It was an emotional thing, too, because whether they want to be or not, this Red Sox team will be linked to that Boston Marathon tragedy. And for a good reason, because, they went to the hospitals, they visited the victims, and when the city really needed it, they were there for the city. Sure. So, yeah, it was an emotional victory last night, and I think a lot of people felt that.
Well, one thing I've taken notice, too, on this wall, these are the World Series medallions, and this tree's in the way, but there's space there for the 2013. Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly. That's where it's going to have to go.
Absolutely.
So that
I think we should be out here when they put it out.
Well, something tells me there's probably going to be a ceremony. But
oh yeah, I think that we've earned that right to be here.
Sure. Now tell me, at the game last night, pick a highlight, pick two highlights. What was it? An emotional experience, yes. But what are the one or two things you'll remember for a lifetime when it comes to that game?
Well, obviously the final out, but I mean that first pitch, because it was just that intense feeling right before first pitch. The crowd was on their feet pretty much the entire time. So, I think that the crowd is really just willing that team's way the whole entire game, and they wanted it. You could tell that, they didn't want to go to Game 7. The team didn't want to go to Game 7. This was a blood in the water kind of team the whole year. And I'm really glad that they got it done in 6, because no one wants to go to a Game 7.
Sure. Now, I'm looking forward over the next 2 days. We understand, the Duck Tours tweeted out that the tour's coming up on Saturday. The parade is coming up on Saturday. They haven't made that official yet. But, either tomorrow or Saturday it's going to happen. You've been to these. A lot of people have. What are you anticipating? What do you any surprises?
Well, I mean, this team is, as we all know, very outgoing, and there's a lot of characters on this team. So, I mean, the 07 parade had the Papelbon River Dance kind of thing. I'm expecting some sort of hijinks going on with Napoli and Gomes and guys like that. It's going to be a really great day for Red Sox fans, and the city of Boston as well.
Yeah, this has been an amazing experience. Going to keep writing about it.
Absolutely.
And keep the beard growing.
Absolutely. Big things in store writing-wise for me next year.
Very good. Jared Carrabis, thank you for your time. As always,
we'll
stay in touch for sure. Steve, back into you.
Goodness, for a forgiving girlfriend. We love it, Jared. Thanks so much. Loved your call. All right, 8:39.